Hey guys, it's Girl Got Game, and welcome to another Gander video. Today I am checking out Yukar from the Abyss by Loka Games, who are a indie Japanese developer and publisher. They reached out to me via Twitter and asked if I would be interested in covering their game, and they offered me a key even, so thank you very much for that, guys. And yeah, so this is actually out in early access right now. That means 2 of the 4 routes are written to completion, and the other 2 routes are going to be fully added sometime early 2023. And the story for this is, tired and disillusioned with her busy life in Tokyo, Kurumi Oki decides to slow down and move to Hokkaido for a fresh start. One night, on the train home from meeting up with her friends, she dozes off and realizes she has missed her stop. Panicked, she gets off the train and finds herself at an unfamiliar station called Kamuy Mosir. Seeking help, she walks towards some nearby lights where she sees a group of people dressed in unfamiliar costumes having a party. Without warning, she is chased by the group and is captured by a young man. Her captor tells her that she is dead and he will take her to the underworld, the land of the dead. Still being pursued by other mysterious beings, Kurumi unexpectedly opens the door to the world of the gods, where she must overcome fierce trials, explore the mysterious new world, and perhaps even discover what happens to forbidden love with the gods. So there you go. That's the story heading into this game here. Pretty interesting premise, and as you can see from the menu screen, it is gorgeous looking. I really like these moving pictures for the CG gallery and scenario. It's pretty neat. Alright, well let's hop in and see what we're getting into here. Time to die, I guess. Oh, there's a cute little birdie. This story contains descriptions of violent acts, descriptions of non-consensual acts against women, and depicts blood. It may not be suitable for everyone. Player discretion is advised. And watcher discretion is advised as well. This story is based on the Ainu myth, folk tales from Hokkaido, Japan, and other myths from all over the world. It is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents either are products of the author's imagination or are used fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual events or locales or persons, living or dead, is entirely coincidental. If streaming the game, please state the name of the game and the official website. Also, please try to play the game as a new player would and avoid upfront spoilers. We encourage general fan interaction and participation, but if we deem these interactions/activities as inappropriate, we reserve the right to request for them to cease. Interesting. Okay. So I was going to mention the website at the end of the video, but I'll mention it here as well since we just had this disclaimer. If you'd like to check out Loka Games' website, I will have a link to that down below in the description, where you can find out about them and other games that they're currently working on. Okay. There's our beautiful lady. I love her design. Set your name. Well, I'll go with the default for this. Your name is Kurumi Oki. Is that okay? Oh, you can actually say, use default name. Okay. Put me in, coach. Beautiful forest, Hokkaido. Weren't you ever told this when you were a kid? If you find a bear, don't go near it even if it's a cub. There's always a mother bear nearby. A mother bear will do anything to protect her child, so getting close to a bear is very dangerous. But no matter how hard you try to convince them, there are times when you can't win against a child's curiosity. It was the same for her. One day she found a bear cub in the forest. It looked weak, and she couldn't just leave it by itself. She thought if she told an adult, they might kill it, so she decided to shelter the cub by herself. You all know how dangerous that is. The mother bear didn't attack. She was lucky. She made a shelter out of cardboard in the middle of 3 white birch trees. She snuck out into the forest to give it food. She never considered about what would happen next. One day, the cub will be an adult bear, right? Just how long was she planning to continue helping it? And what happened? One frosty morning, when she brought food, she found the cub lying still and cold. Its small body was as hard as ice, and it wouldn't move even a little bit. It was weak to begin with. Maybe it had met with an accident or had some kind of illness, and one of its eyes had been badly injured. Maybe that was why it was abandoned by its mother. As she was crying, an old man who lived in the area called out to her. She had never spoken to him before, since he always kept his mouth shut with a sour look on his face. She knew that if she told the adults about this, they would scold and punish her. But she ended up telling the silent old man everything anyway. The old man wasn't angry. He opened his usually tightly closed mouth a little.
"Bring some wood and make nusa. I'll make inao. Let's offer him some food and pray. I can't prepare much, but I hope this P-Rep will return over there safely with our help."
She didn't understand what the old man had said, but she did as he said and made a small altar. The old man shaved a few pieces of wood into a brush-like shape. He put them on the makeshift altar and began praying. She imitated his movements. After a while, they buried Cub with respect. When it was over, her heart brightened somewhat. She stopped crying, faced forward again, and continued on with her daily life. She grew up healthy and lived a normal but fulfilling life. Until that day. There are only a handful of people on the train. Outside the window, the dark forest stretches on and on. On the way home from meeting up with my old friend in this unfamiliar place, I feel tired and relieved. The smell of the old carriage is nostalgic, and the air is warm and comforting. Wow, 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 wow. Before I knew it, I had dozed off. I look around and see I'm the only passenger left in the carriage. I get the sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach that I've missed my stop. Where am I? The train has stopped at a station. From the window, I can see an unfamiliar name. Kamuy Mosir? There's no station with that name between Nemuro and my house, so there's no doubt I missed my stop. I have to get off! If I don't get on another train soon, I won't be able to get home. Still half asleep, I hand the fare to the conductor and get off the train. Ooh, I like these transitions. The art's really pretty, too. This is an unmanned station, so there's no sign of anyone here. There's only one light outside that looks like it blinks out at any moment, and the station sign is lit up. I see the timetable next to the sign. The next train... Wait, no way. This was the last train of the day. I've been careless. Oh well. It's going to hurt my wallet, but I guess I'll call a taxi. My cell phone has no reception. I try holding it up higher, waving it around and turning it off and on again, thinking it must be some kind of mistake. But no matter what I do, I can't get a signal. I keep forgetting that this is the countryside. I'm not in Tokyo anymore. These snowflakes are so pretty. I lift my head and look around. There are no lights outside the station, and there's no sign of anyone there. The station building has been piled high with snow for a long time, and no one seems to be taking care of it. No matter how uninhabited it is in the countryside, I wonder if that's possible. Even Beitoga Station, where I live, is pretty rural, so it's pitch black at night, but they still clear away the snow. A shiver runs down my spine at the strangeness of this station. Seriously, where am I? It's cold. There are no footprints in the freshly piled snow except for my own, so I can't tell where the path is. If it wasn't the middle of winter, I might have had the option of waiting at the station until morning for the train to depart. However, if I stay here, I'll freeze to death before morning comes. I have to do something. Do I have to die here just because I missed the train? The situation is so stupid. I'm not going to accept this. Even in the countryside, if there's a station, there must be people here. I just have to find a convenience store or ask to use a phone at a police box or something and call a taxi. Turning on my phone's flashlight, I start walking while keeping an eye on my footing. When I squint into the snowfield, I can see what looks like a path leading somewhere. Time to go exploring. And we're lost. I wonder how long I've been walking. I can hear my breathing getting faster and louder. My eyes have gotten used to the darkness, but the forest is still pitch black and I can't see a single light. It doesn't help that there's a soft white haze all around me. I turn around, but I can no longer see the station building. My arms and legs are numb from the cold. Hokkaido is vast, and there are loads of uninhabited areas. What if there aren't any people up ahead? What if I'm a few dozen kilometers away from the nearest town? If that's the case, I wouldn't be able to reach it even if I walked until morning. In this cold, I'd probably die of exposure before I got there. Just as I'm about to turn back. Ah! Something shining! They look like will-o'-the-wisps. I can see a dim light in the distance. When I look closely, it's not just one. They continue on into the distance and seem to be moving away from me. There are people here. I try to run toward it, but it's strange. It's not an artificial light like a flashlight, but something that sways more naturally, like the light from a lantern. If it were a person, what would they be doing out in the snow at this time of night, forming a line of lanterns in the middle of an empty forest? No, there's no point worrying about it right now. Let's just go and ask them.
You can't do that.
I shrink back in surprise at the sudden voice of a man behind me. Who's there? There's nobody here? It was mixed in with the blizzard and the darkness, but it definitely sounded like a voice.
Come here.
This time I thought I heard a different voice from the direction of the lights. Who? Are you talking to me?
This way, this way. You can't go that way. Go back.
I hear a faint voice in the distance. I can't see them. Only their voice is coming from a different direction. Was it a person's voice? Or was it something that wasn't human calling out to me? My legs give out in fear and I sink to my knees. Which way should I go? This smells like a bad ending if I've ever smelled one. Since the story said we're supposed to run into people in the woods, I think that maybe we should turn back and that might take us to a bad ending. The lights begin giving me a deeply unpleasant feeling. The thought creeps into the back of my mind that it's definitely not of human origin. Let's go back. If I cross to the other side of the station, I might be able to find another way. I turn on my heel and begin to walk in the direction I had come from. It's so dark. Was it this dark before? I don't remember walking this far. It's a straight road, so I can't get lost. If I follow my own footprints, I should be able to get back to the station building. Did I actually press that? Oh, there we go. Ah, there's someone here. Thank goodness. Someone? Huh? Grandpa? He should have died 5 years ago. Oh, I be dead. The next morning, a young woman was found lying on the side of the road a short distance from Beitoka Station, covered by snow. When she was discovered, she had been dead for many hours, most likely of exposure to the extreme cold. That woman's name was Kurumi Oki. I knew that was a bad ending. Woo! Okay, I like. I should have made a save there. What was I thinking? Scenario? Oh, chapters. Well, that's kind of cool. There's our 4 boys, by the way. I was curious what the chapters were. Okay. Well, let's see if I can skip ahead. Yes. I'm so sorry I didn't save there, but luckily we can skip really fast, so that's good. Yeah, I figured since we had to meet people in the woods that turning back would actually lead to a bad ending, so hooray, I got one ending in this Gander done. Okay, let's go towards the lights this time. I have a bad feeling about the lights, but the voices coming from the darkness are even scarier. There was no way it was someone's voice. I didn't see a single person on the way here. Had the cold finally got to me and made me start hallucinating? Going toward the lights is better than believing in an unknown voice and returning to an empty station in the darkness. Yeah, Grandpa has it out for us. Are the voices getting louder? There are so many people here. I can hear murmurs mixed in with the blizzard. The closer I get, the clearer they become. Then... Snow stopped. Okay. I don't want to click too quickly. I take a peek at the bright spot from the shade of the tree. Well, we're not in Kansas anymore. Ooh, that's underlined. Can we... Oh, that's probably a dictionary thing. I don't know if I can click on it, though. I'll try.
Here's your drink, Apehusi Kamuy. Thanks for the fire, as always.
Nice. The Ainu language. A fire goddess who takes the form of an old woman. Okay. I like it. It's nothing. You're welcome. How are things at Kamuy Mosir these days, Kako Kamuy? Kamuy Mosir, the world inhabited by humans. A god who takes the form of a cuckoo. Delightful.
From what I've heard, Kakamui has been on a rampage. Apparently, it was one of the worst in decades.
A god of disease. Diseases such as infectious viruses are brought about by this god. Okay.
Kakamui must have had a good reason. Maybe it was the Ainu that caused it.
Human. Okay.
So you support Kakamui. Come to think of it, you haven't been to Kamuy Mosir in over 100 years, have you, Hokkaido Kamui?
A god that takes the form of a wolf. As though wolves became extinct around 1900. It is believed that this was because they were systematically exterminated as vermin by order of the government. Interesting.
I've no reason to go. The Ainu have forgotten to respect me, so I doubt I'll ever set foot there again. Is that right? You used to be a Nupuri Kuri Kamui along with Kimun Kamui.
A god who protects mountains. Sometimes it refers to bears or wolves. Okay. Is this from before? No, that's a different one. A god of the mountain that takes the form of a bear, the most important of all the gods. Okay. There are people wearing unfamiliar costumes surrounding the fire. I don't really understand what they're saying, but they seem to be having fun singing, dancing, and chatting. I wonder how they aren't cold in the snow. That's when I suddenly realize... it's not cold? Even though I'd been shaking just a moment ago, the cold has vanished. There is no numbness in my arms or legs. Just as I'm about to approach them to ask for help. The lights go out, and the commotion stops all at once. Uh-oh.
It's human. I smell a human. There's a human nearby.
What? That can't be!
How did it get here? Anyway, catch it. Anyone who sets foot here is to be dropped into the sixfold hell.
That doesn't sound good. Six is a cliche that represents a lot of things in Ainu culture. The sixfold hell is a world far deeper underground than the one where the dead reside in the afterlife. If you enter here, even a god can never leave. And this is my good option? What? What's going on? I don't understand what they're saying at all. But they must be talking about me. I have to run! As I begin to turn, someone appears in front of me.
Oh, here it is.
A bunch of shadows surround me and begin to stalk towards me. A bunch of shadows surround me and begin to stalk towards me. Go straight, go right, go left. Save. This time I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Let's try going straight. Someone go after her! Help! Someone! Oh, hello.
I finally caught you. You're a lively one.
Someone grabs my arm from behind.
Oh, you got her. As expected of the young leader Kimun Kamui.
Ah. I believe you're the bear boy, aren't you?
Don't resist, or I'll bite your throat out.
The man easily restrains me with just one hand as I struggle to break free. As I look at him, I notice he has ears on his head.
Hey, Ainu woman, how did you get into Kamuy Mosir?
I think that was what we read before. No, this is a different one. Okay. What did I think? Oh, Ainu Mosir. Okay. A heavenly world inhabited by the gods. It is above Ainu Mosir where humans live. The gods live in the heavens, sometimes descending to Ainu Mosir by taking the form of plants and animals to bring blessings to humans. People thanked the gods for their blessings by praying and making offerings. When humans thanked them, the gods rejoiced, watching over humans from above, or descended to Ainu Mosir once more. Also, I want to apologize if I'm completely butchering all these names, but I'm doing my best. He's not human. I fell asleep on the train and got off at a station called Kamuy Mosir. I'm sorry for interrupting you, so I'll be going home now.
That's not gonna happen. This is a place humans aren't allowed. You broke the taboo. There's no place to return to for you. You're going to the sixfold hell.
What the heck is a Kamuy Mosir?
This is a world where Kamui, gods, live. A world apart from where you humans live. Ainu Mosir.
Gods? World? This is?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. But the man in front of me has an air about him that's unlike anything I felt before. The others gathering around are wearing glamorous costumes that I've never seen before, and when I look closely I can see some of them also have ears and tails.
A lost child, huh? I'm sorry. But the rules are clear. Yeah, that's right. As the leader of Kimun Kamui, I'll send her to hell personally. Sounds good. We'll leave it to you.
I desperately twist my body and try to pull away and escape, but the man's tight grip doesn't loosen even a millimeter. Where are you taking me?
Like I said, to hell.
I don't know who you guys are or where we are. I'm just here by mistake. If I've come to a place where I shouldn't have, I'm so sorry. Please help me. I look around at the faces of the people, begging for help, but none of them listen to me. The man the others called the leader suddenly flies up into the air, still holding on to me. That's a neat trick. I'm too scared to speak. This is a dream. It must be a bad dream. Oh, if only. After flying through the air for a while, the man suddenly descends to the ground.
Well, now that we've come this far out, I can't see any hard-headed elders. You're such an idiot! How did you get here?
What? He suddenly closes in on me, using a strong tone of voice, bewildering me. I don't know! You tell me!
Are you telling the truth?
Huh?
You said you came here by mistake.
It's the truth! I told you already, I fell asleep on the train and missed my stop. By the time I woke up, I ended up here.
Lost, huh? That's strange. A human hasn't carelessly come to Kamuy Mosir in centuries.
The young man eyes me suspiciously. What will happen to me? He's got a little fang, how cute.
Don't worry. I don't agree with sending people to hell just because they wandered in without doing anything wrong. I'll take you to where you belong.
For a brief moment, I was relieved to hear those words, but his next words shake me to my core.
To Pokna Mosir, the land of the dead.
The underworld, the place where humans go after death. Land of the dead? Wait a minute!
What now?
What does that mean? Aren't you going to send me back to my world?
No, because you're dead.
How is that possible? What are you talking about?
No flesh and blood can come here. Only souls can. So if you're here, that means you're dead. There is a proper place for human souls to go when they pass. I'm sorry you ended up dead, but if you go there, you can be born again as a human someday.
No. No! I'm not dead! I don't remember dying!
Think back. Remember what happened on the way here.
I try to recall what happened before all this. I should have been having a normal, peaceful day as usual. Or did I? Wow. That looks beautiful. Nemuro, Hokkaido. Rinko.
So you got fired?
Yeah, I collapsed from overwork. The doctor told me to take a month off, and when I told the company, they fired me. This music.
What a disaster. You're young, but you work too hard.
Everyone is doing that these days, so I thought I'd be okay, but the worst part was the shock of being fired. I worked so hard for them to the point I collapsed, but I was thrown away like it was nothing. Until just last month, I was an employee of a major accessory store in Tokyo. I was busy preparing for events that were held every month. During the day, I served customers, and after closing hours, I tidied up until midnight and went home exhausted. Lately, I'd been spending a lot of time with business partners, so I'd often go home after going for drinks with them. I was busy, but I thought it was fulfilling. I didn't resent it. But my body reached its limit first.
I know it's been tough, but I'm glad I got to see you again, Kurumi. You haven't been back since you moved to Tokyo.
It's been 10 years, huh? I'm happy I came today too, Rinko. I lived in this town until middle school. After that, my father moved to Tokyo for a transfer and I never had a chance to return. It looks very different from what I remember, probably because so many new buildings have been built.
Your glass is empty.
Oh yeah. I think about what to order, then the bartender behind the counter places 2 glasses in front of us.
From the customer over there.
I turn around, following the bartender's gaze. I lock eyes with a young man. Oh, he definitely killed us. As I hesitate, the young man winks at me with a practiced expression.
Wow. I guess things really can be like in TV dramas sometimes.
I know, right? I've never had anything like this happen before. I thanked him in confusion. Thank you very much.
I overheard your conversation. You came all the way from Tokyo, didn't you? Have fun today. It's Saturday night after all. Cheers.
The young man raises his glass toward us, and we raise our glasses to him and nod.
He seems cool, right?
Rinko whispers teasingly.
If someone like him were in town, there'd be gossip, but I've never seen him before. I wonder who he is.
Yeah. We resume our conversation, and the time flies by as we catch up. After a while, Rinko leaves her seat to use the restroom. I look out the window. I'm so used to the bright skyline of Tokyo, but here only the dim lights of the station are visible. Beyond that is the light of a ship moored in the harbor, and beyond that it's pitch black. Only the lighthouse glows from time to time.
The view at the harbor is beautiful, isn't it? I've always liked it.
Surprised by the sudden voice, I look to my side. Hello again.
I'm very sorry for surprising you. You said you come from another place, just like me, so I was curious.
It's okay. You're not from around here?
My name is Kirill. I'm from Izashi. I'm flying all over the place for work at the moment.
Izashi is to the south of Hokkaido. It's the opposite side of Nemuro. That said, he's from Hokkaido. I'm Kurumi. I used to live here, but me and my parents live in Tokyo now.
I see. Do you know anyone in Hokkaido?
No, not at all. The only old friend I still keep in touch with is Rinko, the girl who's with me.
Then, shall we become friends?
I'm sorry?
I believe it's better to have as many acquaintances as possible. You can talk to me if you run into any problems, or even when you're just feeling lonely.
Sure, man. I'm sure this will not end badly in any way, shape, or form. I smiled back politely. I'm sure he's just trying to be friendly, so there's no need to be rude. I mean, he did buy us a drink, and our friend. After a few moments, Rinko comes back from the restroom. You have a really, clean look about you, though, must say. Big fan.
My apologies. It's rude of me to interrupt when you're having fun with your friend. I'll be going now. Please, text me.
He presents me with a business card. Okay.
I really meant what I said, so I'll be waiting for you, okay?
Sure.
I'm sure we'll meet again sometime. Bye for now.
He winks again and turns his back to us. Slowly fades away.
See you later, sir.
Thank you. Please stop by again when you're in Nemuro.
Wow, that's nice. Come to think of it, do you have a boyfriend?
Nope. I haven't really had time for anything like that.
Then what's the big deal? You seem pretty used to talking to women, though.
She's right. It was perfectly natural when he called out to me. He closed the distance between us in the blink of an eye, but didn't force himself on me. He left in a polite manner.
He may not look like it, but he's the president of a trading company. He comes to Nemuro from time to time to stock up. This is the first time I've seen him talk to a woman in this place. Well, as far as I know.
I looked down at the business card. It reads Sasayama Far East Trading CEO Kiro Sasayama. Okay. I mean, cool of the bartender to be like, yo ladies, I know the guy, I haven't seen him talk to a girl before, so, that's cool of him.
By the way, where are you staying?
My grandma's house in Beitoga, but she's living with my parents in Tokyo right now, so it's empty. When I told my parents I lost my job and needed to rest, they told me to live in that house and take care of it if I had the time. Places like that quickly start falling apart if they aren't lived in for a while.
Ah, I see. Wait a minute, you said Beitaga, right? That's pretty far from here.
You're right. I have to catch the train soon, so I guess I should head back now.
You should hurry.
Yeah. Let's meet up again sometime, Rinko.
Thank you very much.
That music. I parted ways with Rinko and got on the train. And then I died? What was in that drink? Wouldn't Rinko be here too? I got questions.
Got on the train, and...
I fell asleep on the way, and when I woke up, I was in a place called Kamuy Mosir.
Drinking and getting on the train, huh? That's suspicious.
The young man peers at me doubtfully. Hey, I'm not sus, okay? Look, if anything, it was that guy.
You got off at a station, right? Think harder. Where did you get off?
I can't remember, but I feel like I'd been there before. Did I get off at Beitoga Station? I feel like I slept in a futon, but I don't remember going home. Maybe I drank too much and lost my memory. Did I sleep without going home?
Huh.
The young man let out an exaggerated sigh.
If you get drunk and sleep outside on a frozen night, of course you'd die.
No way! Did I die in such a stupid way? I'm such an idiot. What was I thinking? Wait a minute. You're a god, aren't you? If you are a god, can you save me?
I may not look like it, but I'm a pretty powerful god. But even a god can't make a human come back to life.
What?
Huh?
He suddenly grabs my head and pulls me toward him. The young man brings his face close and sniffs. Yes?
You're not completely dead. Your soul color is different. It's half dead, half alive. Probably.
Then I have a faint hope.
Maybe you can still come back to life.
What do I have to do?
I don't know. I've never done it.
Please help me. I instinctively fall to my knees, put my hands together, and lift them up to him. I don't know what made me do that, but I feel like I have to in front of this being.
Wow. Did you learn how to do unkami from that ekasi?
Bow? Old man. I was wondering, I'm like, with you being a little bear boy, you're not the bear that I tried to save when I was a kid, are you? Unkami? Ekasi? I have no clue what he is talking about, but the man smiles in satisfaction.
We Kamui respond to those who show good faith with blessings. I don't know if you'll be able to come back to life until I try, but if you do come back, you're gonna owe me so much worship.
I'll do anything, if it's something I can do. Please, my lord. Before I could finish my sentence, the young man floats into the air like he had carried me and disappears into the dark mist. A voice booms out from the darkness.
I'm Kimun Kamui, god of the mountains. No. I'm more comfortable when you call me Pirip.
Well, there's our first dateable boy. Did we actually find out what... I'm trying to remember. What am I looking for? Dictionary. We didn't have that. Okay, we don't have Pirep yet. Like, does that mean bear? Cub? Something? Okay, so we've changed his name now.
Don't forget to thank me. In a place where there are 3 white birches, prepare a lot of sake and salmon and place it in the middle of them. And remember, Inao, Kurumi.
Where's... Ina or Inao. A ritual wooden stick with one end cut into many paper-thin spiral strands, one of the precious offerings to a god in order to please them. Well, that was where I tried to save that bear cub. Huh? How did he know my name? He's a god. If he doesn't know your name, who's going to know your name? This is...
Rescuer. She's awake! Are you seeing this?
Yes, I can see it.
Body temperature has returned to 35 degrees Celsius. All right, we're out of danger for now. Keep her temperature up.
The next thing I knew, I was in the emergency room at the hospital. The conductor had found me lying on the side of the road a short distance away from Beruga Station, and I was brought here in an ambulance. I must have been drunk on the way home. The conductor, who had been worried when he saw me getting off the last train, had come all the way back to check on me after the train reached its final destination. Dang, give that guy a raise. It was a miracle he found me. I'm eternally grateful to the conductor. But that's not the only reason I was saved.
It's strange, but there were bear prints around where the young lady was found.
Yes, very strange. A bear?
Yeah, there was a circle of them around where this girl was lying. Are you hurt, ma'am?
No, I'm not hurt. Since there were bear footprints, the members of the Huntsmen's Association searched the area after I was taken to an ambulance, but they couldn't find the bear.
You came so close to them, it's a miracle they didn't attack you.
Are you okay, Kurumi?
I'm fine. It doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with me, so I can leave the hospital right away.
I'm sorry. I should have done something back then. You looked able to walk just fine, so I thought you'd be okay on your own.
Yeah, it was a little strange for me, too. I didn't feel that drunk at the time. I thought I was fine. Suspicious. Suspicious. Flirty boy at the bar is suspicious. I clearly remember the dream I had when I was unconscious, but it was too vivid to be just a dream. The young man I met in my dream said 3 white birch trees. This was the place I thought about when I heard that. As I stand in front of the 3 white birch trees I remembered from my childhood, memories I'd forgotten for a long time came flooding back. It was you? That little bear? When I was little, I used to visit this grandma's house all the time. One day, I found a cub in the forest. I knew it was dangerous, but I couldn't leave it all alone, so I sheltered it in secret. It was either injured or sick, and its right eye had been crushed. I am dumb. Why did I not put 2 and 2 together with the eye patch? I'm ashamed of myself. When the cub died, the old man who helped me bury it called him P-Rep. That's why I began calling him P-Rep and paid my respects to his grave in secret. But before I knew it, life moved on and everything faded into memory. After I moved to Tokyo, I'd already forgotten about burying the bear in the grave. According to the neighbors, that old man passed away a long time ago. That dream where I met the young man might have just been a delusion from a mind on the brink of death. It didn't matter either way. Even if it was just a dream, I couldn't help but be grateful to the bear. You're the one who saved me, P-Rep. As promised, I brought you what you asked as my thanks. I don't remember how to pray, so please forgive me. I brought some alcohol, dried salmon, and a bad ino that I made myself. That old man told me an ino is a wooden stick made from carved wood. It's an important gift that pleases the gods, and he taught me how to make it a long time ago. I kneel down and sit on the ground, clasp my hands together, then open them and lift them up. The old man had told me this onkami was a greeting to gods and the higher beings. Thank you, P-Rep. Also, thank you, old man. I'll pay my respects to your grave sometime. Are we good? Did we live? After I came back from the dead, I returned to my normal and changing life. The doctor told me to get some rest for the time being. I had already collapsed from stress and overwork, so he said it wasn't a bad idea to spend some time surrounded by nature. Today, I'm cleaning a house that's way too big for just one person. The empty space has started to feel a little lonely. Oh. Kiro Sasayama. I remembered him when his business card fell out of my wallet. He said he'd like to be my friend. I never gave him my contact information, so this card is the only way to contact him. What was the meaning behind giving me his card? Did he really just want to make a new friend? Was he asking me out on a date? I haven't dated anyone since I started working, so I don't know what to say to him. My mind wanders back and forth, and I lie down with the business card in my hand. I've decided. I'll try texting him. Either way, nothing will happen if I don't contact him. There's no point continuing to hesitate. But will he remember me? What should I write? Hey, sorry, meant to text you way earlier, but I kind of almost died and went to the 6th house, so you know how it is. But anyway, now that I've got some free time, do you want to go out for a coffee? Dear Mr. Sasayama. Ooh, how formal. How formal do we want to be with this guy? Where's my yo? I'm Kurumi from the bar. I'll be waiting for your reply. Sent. He sent a reply.
Glad to hear from you, Kurumi. I've been waiting to get a message from you. Have you gotten used to living here? Any problems?
Life's going well. I'm mostly just resting these days, so I have a lot of free time.
I'd better not tell him that I nearly froze to death the other day. It isn't something I should discuss with someone I don't know all that well. See me, I like to share all the details. I nearly died, nearly went to hell, a bear that I saved when I was a kid saved me, you know.
I'm in Kushiro right now. If you have time, why don't we meet up? I'd like to go see a beautiful view. Interested?
Sure, I'd like to see a nice view too.
How about tomorrow?
Tomorrow is fine with me.
How about 10 tomorrow morning? I'll pick you up at Kushiro Station.
Sure, sounds good.
Looks like it'll be good weather tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it.
Man, that went quick. I put down my phone and sigh. The corners of my mouth naturally turn up. It was just the spur of the moment that I agreed to meet him, and I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also nervous. What do I wear? Is it cash? Is it more than cash? Is it a date? Is it a friend thing? I don't know what to wear. Now I'm in Kushiro. It's a little early. I wonder if he's here yet. It doesn't look like it. I decide to walk around the station to kill some time. The main street stretches straight out in front of me. I thought I saw him through the window of the cafe I passed by, so I stop in my tracks. He must have been waiting for me, but when I peer into the window, I gasp. Kirill isn't alone. He's with a woman. How could you break my heart like this? He did say he wants to be friends, though. What a beautiful person. She's a tall, slender woman. Kirill has his back to me and can't see me looking. The woman stares at him with an elegant gaze, and a bewitching smile appears on her face. Kirill takes the woman's hand and kisses the back of it respectfully. Then he stands up. I feel like I've witnessed something I shouldn't have, so I reflexively leave. They seem close, but I wonder what kind of relationship they have. I couldn't tell if they were lovers or something else just by looking at them. He's a nice person. It wouldn't be strange for him to have a lover. Maybe he really did mean he wanted to make friends after all. I mean, there's so many possibilities with this, I don't know. He might have tried to kill us, I don't know.
Hello, are you here?
Yeah.
When you get out of the ticket gate, go straight outside.
I already left the station once, but I pretend as if I've just come out for the first time. As I exit, a car I didn't see earlier stops at the ticket gate at the front of the station. In the driver's seat, Kirill waves to me.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Over here.
Thank you for picking me up. Zoom.
Come on in. You can put your things on the rear seat.
Whoa! The car door opens in a completely different direction than I expect, and I let out a yelp of surprise. The door doesn't open like a regular car, but opens upwards like a bird's wing. I feel a little embarrassed when Kirill laughs at me. I've got one of them fancy cars.
Surprised. We're driving down the mountain road, so I decided to use the SUV today.
I wasn't surprised to see an SUV, but when he says he decided to use one today, does that mean he has other cars? Probably. Probably. We're going down the mountain road?
That's right. It's where all the good scenery is.
This music. I like it. I put my things on the back seat and climb into the front passenger seat next to Kirill.
So, what did you do before you moved up here?
I was an employee at a big accessory store. It was busy, but fun.
Really? Your expression doesn't look like you were having fun.
It was just a little too busy, I guess. The work was fun. I liked the perks. We used to have a party after big events, and I always felt a sense of accomplishment.
Oh, is that right?
Kirill doesn't seem convinced at all. Even as I say it, I feel like I'm lying to myself. Oh no, we're wibbling wobbling again. Okay, thank goodness it's a memory.
Wow, I love those new earrings. The scarf is so cute too. You always have a good sense of style.
I'm glad to hear that. You really want to quit this month? It's only been 3 months, so why?
To be honest, I didn't know I would have to work until midnight. I'm not sure I can handle doing that much longer. I'm sorry.
I see. I should be the one apologizing for making you work so hard.
I'm sorry. I don't feel well today. Could you cover for me?
All right, please take care of yourself. I thought today was my first day off in a while, but looks like I'm going to end up at work anyway.
Huh? You want me to hire more people? I can't. We don't have the budget for hiring this quarter. Besides, it's your responsibility to take care of the staff.
Hanada. Who's Hanada? You're staying office again today, Kurumi-chan? We're in the all-nighter team together. Yeah. I guess everyone's in the same boat.
Oki, your store was the only one that didn't meet its sales target last month. Please explain yourself.
was because the ticket gate at the station next to the store was closed due to construction work, and foot traffic decreased significantly.
Are you just going to lay all the blame on outside forces? There must have been something you could have done to mitigate it. What is your plan to deal with this in the future?
Sato.
This is terrible. Anyone at that store would have said the same, but she is the one being grilled by the top brass.
That manager is always like that. She's always harsh to Kurumi-chan because she's cute.
I guess in the end I didn't collapse from overwork, but from stress.
I need to stop thinking about it. We've come all this way for a fun drive.
What kind of work do you do? You run a trading company, right?
That's right. I took over the family business.
What do you sell? I'm gonna make another save. Why not? Might as well. You took over so young?
You think I'm young?
Yeah, I guess. At least you look young. He smiles suggestively. He looks like he's in his 20s, but is he? Your parents must have been happy you decided to take over the family business.
Maybe.
Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it. While we were talking, we drive up an unpaved road and soon arrive at the observation deck. Kushiro Wetland. There, as far as the eye can see, is a vast plain that extends all the way to the horizon. A meandering river runs through the center of it. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. Wow, what a view!
It's wonderful, right? The weather is nice, too.
I feel like a cloud in my heart is clearing up. I'm glad I came.
That's good to hear. Let's take a walk.
A walkway was set up so that people can walk through the Kushiro Wetland. Japan's largest marsh, a wetland registered by the Ramsar Treaty.
You're not on the right footing. Shall I hold your hand?
Kirill, who had descended the stairs first, turns around and holds out his hand. He smiles teasingly. I can't tell if he's joking or serious, so I hesitate for a moment.
Just kidding.
Don't make fun of me! It's bad for my heart.
But do watch your step. The ground around here is slippery. It's like being on floating grass in a giant puddle. Be especially careful of Yachimanako.
A bottomless swamp all over the wetlands. Oh, I'm sure we'll be fine. Yachimanako?
A bottomless pool you'll never get out of once you set foot in it. It looks like a shallow puddle, but there's actually mud and dead leaves piled deep. You should think of all the little puddles around here as Yachimanako.
I'm scared. But I should be fine as long as I'm on the walkway. Yeah, as long as he doesn't push us into any puddles, we're fine. I can sense something above us and look up. Ooh. Wow, a crane! A red-crowned crane flies over our heads. I saw them a few times when I was little, but now that I'm an adult, I can't help but cry out in admiration. A pure white body and jet-black wings. Its bright crimson head looks like it's wearing a crown, stretching out its long neck as if to show off its nobility. Its beautiful appearance is like a work of art. Regardless of culture, I imagine ancient people who saw this crane could not help but think it must be an incarnation of something mythical. On the other hand, Kirill narrows his eyes at the sky. Maybe it's just my imagination, but he looks like he's glaring at it. He doesn't seem interested. Interesting that he's not interested. Unlike me, he's probably used to seeing animals and isn't impressed by every little thing. Kirill takes out his phone and raises it to his ear. It looks like he got a call.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, really? Understood. Kurumi, I'm sorry. This is going to be complicated. I'll be back soon, so can you wait here?
Oh? Yeah, okay.
Don't move a muscle.
Saying that, Kirill walks off. It's probably something work-related he doesn't want me to hear. Sure. I hear a high-pitched cry from somewhere far away. As I look around, I realize the fog has grown deeper. It was clear just a moment ago. Okay, I'm calling Sussy McSusserson on that boy. In the blink of an eye, the thick fog begins to envelop me, and I can't even see the path at my feet. Fear suddenly grips me. When will Kirill be back? It must have been about 10 minutes since he left. Kirill told me to wait, but the fog is so thick, maybe I should head back the way we came. Oh no, we're gonna die again. Which one is the bad ending this time, though? Oh, I don't know. Last time we turned back. Let's continue waiting. We'll see. It'd be awful if I got lost. I'll wait. Oh, he's back. Kirill! Is that you, Kirill? Who's there? Ah! The moment I step toward the figure, my body falls through the air. I stepped forward, but there was nothing to step onto, and I fall into the cold water. Help me! Help! It's a pool full of mud. As I struggle, mud mixed with grass tangles around my legs. I can't move my arms and legs, and the more I struggle, the more my body sinks. The water is ice cold, and the pain assaults me like a needle piercing my body. It's cold. It hurts. The muddy water enters my mouth. I desperately try to get out of the water, but no matter what I do, my body is only sliding deeper and deeper into the dark pool. I can't breathe. It hurts. Someone help me. A few days later, a woman's body was found in the Kushiro wetlands. The cause of death was deemed accidental drowning due to a misstep off the walkway. That woman's name was Kurumi Oki. Ha ha! Yes, I'm 2 for 2 on bad ends! Yay me! That guy gets me killed all the time! Okay, at least this time I learned from my mistakes. Alright. This time. It's frustrating just standing here waiting for my inevitable demise. I head back in the direction Kirill went. Footsteps? Behind me. If I remember correctly, the walkway is a single straight path, so I couldn't have accidentally passed Kirill, which means that the footsteps behind me aren't his. Maybe they are just other tourists walking here, but the sound of the footsteps make me feel uneasy, and I quicken my pace. Ah! The next moment, my body falls through the air. I stepped forward, but there was nothing to step onto, and I fall into the cold water. Wait, do I just die no matter what? Help me! Help! It's a pool full of mud. As I struggle, mud mixed with grass tangles around my legs. I can't move my arms and legs, and the more I struggle, the more my body sinks. The water is ice cold, and the pain assaults me like a needle piercing my body. It's cold. It hurts. The muddy water enters my mouth. I desperately try to get out of the water, but no matter what I do, my body is only sliding deeper and deeper into the dark pool. I can't breathe. It hurts. Someone help me. Just as my consciousness starts to fade, an unfamiliar voice rings out in my head. Other god, are you the crane?
Are you begging me for help, I new woman?
Please help me, God! I'll thank you properly! I'll do anything for you!
Very well. Grab on.
As I struggle, I manage to instinctively grab onto something thin and prickly. A bird's wing? As I grab it, my body is easily lifted up out of the water. Oh, thank goodness for crane gods. When I open my eyes again, a field of pure white snow is spread out before me. Well, this looks familiar. Even though it's a snowy landscape, the peach blossoms are in full bloom. I don't see the walkway I was on before anywhere. This is... I feel a strange sensation, as if my feet aren't on the ground. It dawns on me that maybe I've returned to that place from before. Am I dead again?
You're not dead.
Hearing a calm, noble voice, I look up. Isn't he gorgeous? Man, look at this boy.
I see. So you're the one they're talking about.
Pure white skin. His lustrous hair accentuates the contrast between black and white. His inhuman, elegant features. I'm so captivated that I can't speak.
You are the one who begged for help, no? Does this Ainu know no manners?
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me. I sit down in a formal kneeling position and made an unkami gesture.
It is unseemly, but if you are being sincere, then it is acceptable.
Without breaking his cold gaze, he spins around. His movements are as smooth as the wind. Wow! Hi, Sephiroth. When he reaches out toward the snowfield, his long coat flutters gracefully. I can tell from my intuition and his giant wing that he's not a human, but a divine being. Is it just my imagination that he looks like he has wings?
I am Sarorun Kamui, the god of wetlands.
A god of wetlands, usually taking the form of a red-crowned crane. God of wetlands. I am Kurumi Oki. Sarorun Kamui remains silent. Excuse me for asking, but is this Kamuy Mosir? He glances at me and slowly opens his mouth.
Peach blossoms fall onto the surface of the river, drifting far away. This is a place that is isolated from the human world.
Was that the answer to my question? I frantically look around me, trying to figure out what he meant. He stares at me again.
You have come to Kamuy Mosir twice. Are you really human?
Ah, I knew it. It is Kamuy Mosir. I'm human. He is far from human, and I don't know why he's asking, but I'm afraid of angering him, so I reply anyway. He's a very strange person. The way he speaks is completely different from P-Rep. It's strange to see peach blossoms blooming in a place like this. The last time I wandered into this place, it wasn't like this at all. Can you tell me how I can get back to where I was?
Do not worry. You promised me worship, so I will do as you wish.
Yes! I'll prepare as much alcohol and ino as you want.
That is not what I want.
Huh? Then what do you want? As the question leaves my lips, Sarorun Kamuy's expression suddenly turns grim, and he glares at something behind me. From that direction, the loud thud of footsteps is approaching.
Hey! What are you doing, Kimun Kamui? Do you know where you are? I know it's your territory. Sorry to barge in.
You're...
Kurumi, did you die again? No, you're not dead this time. Well, that doesn't change the fact that you're on the verge of death again. Do you know this human? Yeah. She's the one who prayed to me. I'm responsible for her. Oh, but now she is praying to me. I am the one who is protecting her now. You need not trouble yourself over her. She's the one I'm protecting, all right. I'm gonna talk to that human a little.
As soon as he says that, the young man who saved me back then, P-Rep, grabs my shoulder and forcibly pulls me away.
I came here when I smelled you. What happened?
He whispers to me in a low voice. I went to the Kushiro wetlands and fell into the swamp. I think I drowned.
Did someone push you?
Yep. No, I was walking alone and I lost my way. Why?
No matter how you cut it, you've died twice in the past few days.
Yeah. I guess I'm just being careless. I must be really tired.
Why didn't you ask me for help?
I was drowning and panicked. Would you have saved me if I called for you?
Of course. Besides,
P-Rep glances at Sararun Kamui.
he's way too stuck up and annoying. Did you say something, Kimun Kamui? Nah, nothing. That human asked for help in the wetland. Is there something strange in the god of the wetlands coming to her aid? Oh, shut up! Please, just stop talking.
P-Rep gives me a look as if to say, come on.
Anyway, take better care of yourself. It's not normal for humans to come to Kamuy Mosir twice. I cannot stand this anymore. My territory stinks of bear.
As Sararun Kamui gracefully swings his arm, a gust of wind blows across the area. When I turned to look at P-Rep again, he was floating in the air, blown away by the wind. Sararun Kamui had chased him out.
Oi! Sararun Kamui, you'd best take care of Kurumi!
P-Rep, did you get my offering? When I yell, I hear P-Rep's voice faintly on the wind.
Ah, yeah, it was a delicious feast.
Well, that's good. Silence returned to the snowfield, leaving only Sararun Kamui and me behind. Excuse me, Sararun Kamui-sama, but what should I do now?
You're going back to Aino Mosir, right?
Yes!
Well then, let's go.
I'm relieved to hear that. I thought he was going to take me to the land of the dead like last time, but I'm glad. Ah! But what do I offer to you, and where? Without any warning, Sararun Kamui grabs me and lifts me up. He kicks off the ground and floats into the air, and the snow at his feet melts into a large, impossibly black hole. Somehow, kicking off mid-air again, we drop into the hole, twisting and turning like a roller coaster ride. Fun. Let me guess. The other guy's nowhere to be found. Oh, you're actually here. Cool. When I wake, I see the face of Sararun Kamui right in front of me. So close! What's happening? I haven't come back to life? When I look around, I see the Kushiro wetland. I'm lying on a wooden path with Sararun Kamui cradling my upper body.
Oh, thank goodness you're safe!
Someone who looks like a tourist is talking to me. I'm... My voice was hoarse and barely audible.
You were drowning in Yachimanako. Are you okay? Can you remember?
Yes.
This person passed by and pulled you out.
The man with the camera points at Sararun Kamui. Really? Thank you. This seems to be Aino Mosir, the world I belong to, so why is he here?
I'm glad you are alive, but being wet will give you a chill. Are you not cold?
As he says that, I realize I'm trembling terribly. My teeth are chattering and I can't stop myself.
What happened?
Kirill sprints over to us as if he had just come back.
Are you with her? Actually...
The man with the camera quickly explains the situation to Kirill.
Oh my goodness, thank you for saving her. I don't know how to repay you. It is too early to relax. We need to keep her warm. My house is nearby. Help me carry her. Thanks. We can use my car.
The two men rushed to carry me before I could say anything. My body was so cold that I couldn't move and I didn't speak much. Ooh, cozy. Not a place I would expect him to live, but very cozy. We eventually arrive at a small log house in the forest near the wetlands. I'm wrapped in a blanket and given some warm milk. The black and white-haired stranger interacts with people like an average human. His appearance is divine, but his manner of speech and expression are human-like. I wonder if what I saw when I was unconscious was just a dream.
Are you all right, Kurumi?
Yes. Thank you for your kindness, I realize that I forgot to ask my rescuer's name.
Come to think of it, I was so flustered that I forgot to ask. I'm Kiro Sasayama, her friend. What's your name? My name is Lee Huaisu.
He's not Sararun Kamui. He's just a normal human, not a god.
Or does he want you to think that? Like Kirill?
The things I saw were vivid, but they must have been a dream or a hallucination. My mind was just confused and mixed up reality with a dream. P-Rep even appeared, so I must have had a dream I wanted to have because I wanted to see him again.
I grinned a little to myself.
I'm Kurumi. Thank you, Lee Huaisu-san.
You can call me Huaisu.
He glances at me curiously, but then averts his gaze.
You must both be hungry. Would you like something to eat? We don't want to impose on you anymore after all you've done for us. We'll be leaving soon. Oh, don't be shy. I live alone, and it is more fun to eat with others. Or is there a reason you have to leave so quickly?
Huaisu's tone is gentle, but something is off. I look at Kirill's face and see that he still maintains the same good-natured smile, but for some reason I sense an intensity there.
Oh, he probably wants to kill us again.
I'm kind of curious.
You know, I've died twice. What's one more time? Kirill and I have somewhere to be, and I have to get on the train, so excuse us. You really saved me today.
You didn't want to eat.
It's okay. You looked like you wanted to leave. Was I wrong?
You left for my sake.
I nod.
Without even hearing a reason. I see. Thank you. There was no big reason. It's just a little unwise to accept a meal in a stranger's house.
Really? He saved me, and we weren't by ourselves or anything.
Well, I guess you're right. I know it sounds stupid to say this, but I can't shake the feeling that this Lee Huaisu isn't human.
My heart skips a beat when I remember what I saw in my dream. Why?
I can't put it into words. Not being human is just an example. There's no deeper meaning to it. That's how scared I was. I was too afraid to let you get close to him. Don't worry about it. I'm overthinking it.
He had a frightening beauty that was out of the ordinary, but... Kirill suddenly looks serious and takes my hand.
Your hands are cold.
His hands are warm. And together we can be lukewarm.
I think I should take you all the way home today.
It's okay. I'm fine being dropped off at the station. You're busy with work too, Kirill.
No.
He grips my hand tightly and pulls it toward him. I feel confused by his unusually forceful behavior. As he is about to continue, I hear a loud voice in the distance.
Hey, Kurumi!
Okay, well... Can he see you too? I feel like maybe only people who have kind of passed over can... Well, no, the tourists could see that guy too. Never mind. There's no unexplaining your bare ears, though. P-Rep?
I've been looking for you. It's past the time we agreed to meet.
When did... Huh? It is P-Rep, right? But is this Kamuy Mosir? Or am I dead again? What's going on?
Do you know him, Kurumi?
Well, yeah.
You're the one who said we'd meet up at the station today, right?
What? He forcibly pulls me close by the shoulders and whispers in a low voice.
Go along with it for now. Really, Kurumi?
Kira looks at me suspiciously. Oh, I completely forgot. I did promise to meet with my friend today. So I'll have to part ways here. Thanks, Kirill.
Would you at least be so kind as to introduce me to your friend?
Ah, yes, this is... I'm P-Rep. What about you?
Her friend Kirill.
A friend, huh?
P-Rep glares at Kirill and speaks with an irritated tone.
I'm sorry, have I offended you in some way? Ah, perhaps you are more than just friends.
No. I was just thinking, how dare you pretend to be her friend when you couldn't even protect her from danger?
What are you saying, P-Rep? I was careless. He didn't do anything wrong, okay?
So it seems like you saw the whole thing and did nothing.
Mm-hmm. The atmosphere is starting to become grim, so I forcefully pull P-Rep away. See you later, Kirill. Thank you for today.
Thanks for trying to kill me again.
Confirming that Kirill's car had driven off, I turned back to question P-Rep. Hey, what the heck are you doing here? Did I die again?
Don't worry. This is Mosir. We gods come down to Mosir from time to time. Do you know that we usually take the form of animals in front of humans? When a god descends into the human world, we become animals, plants, all sorts of things, anything that suits our purpose.
Come to think of it, I heard something like that from an old neighbor a long time ago. Gods dwell in all things in this world. The gods come to the human world to bestow blessings upon humans. That's why people should be grateful for their blessings and thank the gods. The gods will be happy to return again if we pray and give offerings. Once they go back to the world of the gods, they will return to their original form.
But sometimes powerful gods descend in human form. Like this.
Come to think of it, he did call himself a powerful god when we first met. I thought it was a myth. I didn't think it was true. So Hawaisu-san really is Salorun Kamui-sama.
Yeah. Anyway, how long have you known him?
You mean Kirill? We met last week, and this is the second time we've seen each other. Why?
Nah, never mind. Just be careful.
Oh, come on, you can't say that. He pats me on the shoulder, waves, and takes his leave. Be careful of what? Wait, I'm sure he's feeling sour after meeting P-Rep. I have to follow up with Kirill.
I was trying to get him to kill me again, but...
I'm sorry about today. My friend was being rude. I hope you can forgive him.
I don't mind. He's not wrong. I put you in danger.
No, it's not your fault.
By the way, are you two together? Or something like that?
Not at all.
I see. Just out of curiosity, what is your relationship? He looks like he really cares about you. A man like that should be cherished.
He's the god who saved me, would be my honest answer. But if I say that, I'm sure Kirill will think I'm crazy.
I met him just recently. He's like a bodyguard who's a bit of a nuisance.
In other words, he's a man who cares about you.
Not quite. It's hard to explain. I see. Would you like to meet again? I want to talk to you properly.
Let's see. I'm a little busy starting next week. I'll let you know when things are a bit less hectic.
All right. Maybe he hates me. I guess it can't be helped. I don't know if he'll contact me again, but I'll wait.
All right, and on that note, I didn't manage to die a third time, but I did find 2 bad endings, so yay me. I was hoping to run into the 4th guy, but I don't think I have it in me tonight to keep going till we meet the 4th boy that you can romance. But that being said, you can check out this game for yourself and do what I failed to do. So I will have a link to the game on Steam down below if you would like to take a look at it. I will also have a link to the website for Loka Games if you'd like to check them out and all the other games that they're currently working on. I had a great time with this. Thank you to Loka Games very much for the Steam key for this. I had a great time.
I thought the art was really beautiful and the characters and lore were super intricate and interesting. Yeah, I really enjoyed my time with this, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play through the first hour and a bit of this. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. Until next time, I will see you later.